My name is Michelle and I do 5-star book reviews, and I am so excited that I got to read this book right here called The Dutch House by Patchett. I am so happy I read it. So happy. And you know what? I've been wanting to read it and wanting and seeing it on the New York Times and being like, okay, next book, next book, next book. And finally this week I got to read it. And what a week I've had. Oh my God, you are going to love this book. So let's get started. Up on your screen, 352 pages, literary fiction. It has been on the New York Times bestseller for 5 weeks, all right? This week it's number 7. Tonight comes the new list. I can't wait to see where it is. So amazing. This is the first book that I have read by her, and I am sold, okay? She is one of the best writers I have ever read. Oh my gosh, I could have just cried. Her writing was so poetic. I read it, she wrote it. It was so beautiful. So beautiful. And the story, all right. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, this was her 8th novel. I can't believe it's the first one I've read by her. And I was watching some of her interviews, and you have to go watch them. She is so funny. I love her. I just love her now. I couldn't stop watching them. But you want to hear something else that's truly amazing? Is that the audiobook is narrated by Tom Hanks. When I saw that, see, I was going to read this book because I was like, no, I'm reading this book. 352 pages. I got this. Okay. And then I saw that and I was like, wait, the Tom Hanks is narrating this? Yes, it was. It's the Tom Hanks. And he was so good. And you know what I'm hoping? And I tried to find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. I am so hoping that he bought the rights to this book and that it's going to be a movie. If anybody knows that, tell me in the comments, because I've been looking everywhere to see if that's true. We can only hope that this becomes a movie, okay? And you know, I might be a little biased about this book because I have a brother. I'm his older sister. It hit really close to home. Another thing I was trying to find out about her was if she is an older sister, because she nailed the older sister role in this book. Okay. So we have Danny, and he's the main character. He is the voice. Okay. It's his narration, his story, and then Maeve, his sister, is I learned stuff about my relationship with my brother from this book. Okay, I didn't think I had anything to learn. I had a lot to learn. She did this brother and sister so beautiful. It made me want to call him up and be like, I'm so sorry. Why are family relationships so incredibly hard? Okay, but him and I know that I worshiped him, even though he was my little brother, I worshiped him. I did not think every boyfriend that I had to stand up against him. They had to be better than him. And as we got older, got harder, okay? Because I thought he was perfect. I know he's not perfect, but he was perfect in my eyes, okay? And I was like, I want a husband to be like my brother. First of all, I trained him, right? I mean, he had to be the perfect husband because I trained him how to be the perfect husband. Think that way about his girlfriends, too. I used to be like, you can thank me any day for what a great boyfriend he is, because it's because of me. I made him that way. But anyway, so we have Danny and we have Maeve. And it's spelled Maeve. And so I kept reading Maeve. I'm like, Maeve. It's Maeve. And when I heard Tom Hanks say it, then I was like, yeah, I was right. It's Maeve. It's an unusual name that I'm not familiar with, but I love it. I love it. She so became that name. It was incredible. So she starts off with them meeting their soon-to-be stepmom. That's how the book starts, okay? And they're in this house, and it's like their childhood home. And you know what's really crazy is that my brother and I did get to go back to our childhood home. It was up for sale, and so we did a walkthrough, and it was weird. It was so weird. Nobody there knew that we had lived there, but we went and found our little spots that we had, and we were like, oh, wow, this has changed. This isn't changed. We knew every inch of that house, and that's how I'm picturing them, okay? They know every inch of the Dutch house. And I got to tell you my favorite line. You'll see it up on the screen. Do you think it's possible to ever see the past as it actually was? And I was like, no, Anne. I don't think we can. Because our past keeps changing as we get older. I mean, don't you think? I think it does. I think my past does. It changes. And as you get used to, I don't want to, get used to your family, your original family, it becomes sweeter and sweeter because you know what? When you're in your 20s, you've got all kinds of angst about what your parents didn't do. Well, now that we don't have parents anymore, it's about how amazing my parents were. Okay? Like, now the conversation is, oh my God, my parents, they knew so much. And my dad only lived to be 43, and I'm 55, and I still think he was brilliant. And my mom, I want to tell her how brilliant she was, but that's what happens, I guess. And that's why this book was so good. And, okay, you have to read it, but more importantly, if you can do both, listen to Tom Hanks narrate it. You just have to. You will love, if you love him, you will love him more. Okay? I found myself, I was like, wow, he was the perfect voice for this book. 5 stars doesn't even compare. Okay? So let's just put that out there. It's way more than 5 stars. I can honestly say this is one of the best books of this year. And I just want to tell you before we go, up on your screen, I am going to show you who else thinks that way. We have from Amy Bloom in the Oprah magazine, fierce, intimate, and unstoppably readable. And then from People magazine, enchanting, and they called it one of the best books of the fall. It's up there for novels, okay? For the fall, and you are going to be so happy you read it. So please let me know, okay? Please let me know what you think, and if you find out any information, if we know this is becoming a movie, please let me know. I have to know, and I wish they would just say it. Sometimes they do, but not with this one. It's like a secret, I guess. So everyone, go get the book. Let me know what you think. IndieBound, Amazon. Go listen to it and let me know what you think. And have fun. Have as much fun with it as I did. Until my next book.